the route is... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is a stage that could smile on ArnZ-zz. With 2 climbs close to Lyon, the final kilometers are not particularly favourable to sprinters. Whoever's first over the last is likely to prevail.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. You're the best placed on the overall standings in the breakaway. At the front, you're the best placed for the green jersey. It's your teammate who's best placed on the overall standings within the breakaway.
The front runners are 10 kilometers from the first intermediate sprint. The breakaway is widening the gap, but there's nobody who's a threat to the overall standings.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The riders are onto a fairly hilly section. It will last for about 50 kilometers, right to the top of the Col du Pilon. They will then drop quickly towards Lyon on an uneven closing stretch. The riders are now onto the early slopes of a fairly steep climb, the Côte de Tizy.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The Col du Pilon is being climbed by the head of the race. Afterwards, it's downhill almost all the way to Lyon. Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. Big crash in the peloton. leader. You've got to sprint. Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
We can say that everything is going well for him at the moment. Here's the polka dot jersey of this stage. He will be able to hang this jersey in his trophy room. Let's hope he's amongst the leading.
Great, guys! I wasn't expecting anything from this stage, and you bring home a podium place? Well done to you all! Hi, guys. We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be... Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is...
Hello and welcome to all. This stage is a key rendezvous for the general classification favourites. With the Col de la Biche, the Grand Colombier and the Mont du Chat, there are no less than 3 all-category climbs on the menu. With a total of 4,600 metres of vertical gain, there's no doubt that this stage is crucial in the fight for the yellow jersey. Counter-attack inside the peloton.
Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
There will be 2 and 1 point for the mountain standings.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Nobody left on a breakaway.
Keep an eye on him. He's the best climber in the breakaway. A teammate is beginning to lose touch. Here's the positions over the last climb. It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. You're 1 minute 30 ahead of the peloton. It's looking good. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. You're the biggest threat to the yellow jersey at the front of the race. You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponent. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. You're coming up to the intermediate sprint. Keep your eyes open. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary.
The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. Guys, don't forget to protect our leader. Communication is important. That's why we have team comm.
The gap isn't changing much. There will be points at the first 10 to the top of the mountain pass. The first will pocket 25 points, while the 10th would only pick up 1 point.
After the summit, it doesn't drop away immediately. But once the descent has begun, you'll very quickly be at the foot of the Grand Colombie.
The riders will climb the Grand Colombier by its steepest side, nicknamed the Directicine. The riders will come up against a slope at an average of 22% in the middle of the climb, a moment of true bravery. The first riders are onto the steepest slopes. It's a real wall that they have to face in the middle of a climb.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The intermediate sprint is approaching, but there is little chance that the candidates for the green jersey will be able to score points at this stage of the race.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. Before beginning the final all-category pass, the riders must first scale the Côte de Jongieu, classified as third category. The Mont du Chat, with its 9 kilometers of slope at an average of over 10%, will surely decide the day. Even if the finish is not at the top, it will be difficult to make up ground on the descent leading into Chambéry. Watch out, there's an attack.
You're 1 minute ahead of the yellow jersey.
The first rider to the top of the pass scores 25 points in the polka dot jersey standings.
The yellow jersey is 1 minute 30 away from you. Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall. He's virtually taken the white jersey from us.
Venga, chavales. Arriba, chavales.
Bravo, les gars. Allez, les gars. Allez, tu peux y aller. Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars. Allez, continuez comme ça.
Vai.
Allez, les gars.
Allez, les gars. Vamos. Avec vous.
Venga, apretad un poco. Continuez comme ça. Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars.
Muy bueno, sí, señor. Venga, apretad un poco más.
For now, he's the virtual yellow jersey. The peloton is 2 kilometers from the summit.
And the descent is on. The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
He'll be the new polka dot jersey. He can no longer be caught today.
At the bottom of the descent, there will be a little over 10 kilometers before the finishing line in Chambéry.
The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads.
Sí, señor.
Allez, cours!
Watch out, there's an attack.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
Only 10 kilometers left for the head of the race. The road to Chambéry is now totally flat.
You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up. Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders. The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you... Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing.